Welcome to the New Hampshire International Speedway in Loudon for today's NASCAR Winston Cup race. Barney, the fans are packed in and ready for the action. What do you think about this track?
Well, gear selection is everything here at New Hampshire. Very important to be able to accelerate out of these tight corners. The danger is picking too low of a gear and hitting the top end too early on the straights and blowing an engine.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Welcome everybody to New Hampshire International Speedway for today's running of the ThatLook.com 300. It's been a very eventful past couple weeks, a very eventful last race. Last week we were at Daytona International Speedway and it came down to the last turn of the last lap. Rookie Dustin Lewis made a move late on Ricky Rudd with some help from other Ford drivers to try and take the win away from Ricky Rudd. It was a photo finish right at the end, but it would be the 53 that would come out on top of the 28, securing his fourth win of the season, helping him out greatly in the season-long points race, especially in the Rookie of the Year standings. A very close finish you see in the picture there from the start-finish line. But today, we're not at a super speedway. We're at the 1 mile track of New Hampshire Motor Speedways. You see our starting lineup here on the screen. Bobby Labonte, of course, winning the pole. Dustin Lewis, last week's race winner, starting in P5. Sterling Marlin starting in second place. A great qualifying effort from him. See the rest of the guys falling in the back of the pack. Matt Kenseth, the Rookie of the Year contender, starting in the 30th position right beside Gallagher Jr., another Rookie of the Year contender. Not great qualifying runs for those two drivers, but the pace car makes a sharp left turn onto pit road. We're waiting for the green flag to come out, and there it is. The green flag is out. We are racing here in New Hampshire. Cars rush down into turn one off double file, some single file as they head off into the corner. We roll out of the second turn. Very short track, short lap. Here at New Hampshire, a 1 mile oval, but it's deceptively quick, especially on the straightaways as we look back from the bottom of the Bonnie camera. Looking back at Sterling Marlin, the Coors Light Chevrolet. Great qualifying effort from Sterling Marlin. Sailing into second place back there, Rusty Wallace looking out front of him, looking at Sterling Marlin. Two beer companies going at it in second and third position. You really hear how they're kind of playing with that throttle when they come off the corner. Here's last week's winner, Dustin Lewis, starting in the 5th position, right now picked his way to 4th. Rolls it into the corner, following in line with Rusty Wallace. So, they got a better run going through the middle and on the exit than the 53 did. The front straightaway into the first corner. Everyone kind of stabilizing out throughout the rest of the pack. As we head off of turn number 2, completing starting lap 3. This was halfway through lap 3 now. Bobby Labonte looking to eke out a little bit more of that lead. Again, Labonte has been very dominant all of 2000. The only guy that's been really able to compete with him is Jeff Burton. Burton and him have been trading the points lead back and forth all season long. And look at this cluster. It looks like the 10 might go for the position here on John Andretti. Johnny Benson having a great run last week at Daytona, trying to continue that momentum. His team, Tyler Jet Motorsports, losing their sponsorship with Light Coast before the Daytona race. Trying to run as long as they can for Johnny Benson, as he is doing a really good job in the Cup Series. Everyone just fumbling over positions, just trying to get whatever they can here on the start before the tires start to heat up. Everyone gets in their groove, and it's going to be very hard to pass once everyone gets there. Matt Kenseth already trying to make moves up through the field. He's already up a few positions. You see him under Jimmy Spencer. And then just inside the top 10, we have Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Jeff Burton, who we were just talking about earlier, and Mark Martin battling just for the top 10 positions here. Tony Stewart trying to follow Dale Jarrett, who is currently in the 5th position. So that's 7th through 10th right there, 7th through 10th, battling out for position here as they go off into turn 1. We're trying to hold that outside line. The outside line it's possible to run the outside line here at New Hampshire. It does give you a good bit of momentum going off the corners. The only downside is it really hurts your entry because you can't get to the bottom as quickly. Especially if you got a car up under you, you can't get to the bottom coming off the corner. Can't get that corner straightened out. And as we saw on that camera, Dustin Lewis did get by Rusty Wallace. He goes up into the 3rd position, now falling behind Sterling Marlin. You see the lead starting to really increase because Bobby Labonte is got that groove. He's got the tires warm, and he is absolutely flying out there right now. Currently, his lap speed, we look at it here, a 122 average speed, 122 miles per hour. So he is definitely on the move and doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon as we look for the battle for 2nd here. As it rolls in behind Marlin. Marlin kind of gets a little slippy coming through the middle of the corner, but I think that's what he wants. He wants that car to yaw out just a little bit. Well, Dustin's got a good bit of momentum. Is he going to go to the inside? To the inside he goes for the 2nd position. Side by side, Marlin's going to have a little bit more momentum coming off the top, I think. Oh, but the 53 got a good run too. Side by side into the turn 1 again. I think Dustin's going to have him cleared. Oh yeah, he's got him cleared. That'll put Dustin up to the 2nd position. Now he's got to chase down the 18 of Labonte. And man, he just straight up left Sterling Marlin. That 53 is on he's a missile right now. A guided missile going after the 18 of Labonte. Lap 10 now of 75 laps here at New Hampshire. As we look further into the pack, you see Mike Skinner, Ward Burton, and Bill Elliott all fighting over position. Bill Elliott having a great race so far. Started just outside the top 10, and now he's fighting over I think that's the 11th position from Ward Burton. Ward Burton's got a great run on that outside. Oh, look at this. We might have some 3 wide. Mike Skinner might try to go for a position here. 3 wide for 11th place. And none of them are wanting to give an inch. I think Ward Burton's going to come out on top of that as he does. That wasn't a really smart move by any of them guys not wanting to really give. It kind of really messed a few of them up going into the corner here. But it looks like it's going to really hurt Elliott as Skinner goes to the inside. So you get a good look from turn 3 here. Tony Stewart going to the bottom of Dale Jarrett trying to fight over the 5th position as you see that battle we were just looking at. Look at the pack of cars. I mean, you can tell that these guys are really wanting to hold on to the positions they got because, I mean, they are not giving up. But look at this. Tony Stewart to the inside of Jarrett. Rolling through turns 1 and 2, Jarrett is going to have the run on the outside, side by side. Stewart's going to hold him honest. I think Stewart might get him here. Side by side as they roll through 3 and 4. Stewart's going to have some momentum coming off the corner. Does he clear Jarrett? Yes, he does. He clears him coming off of turn 4. Tony Stewart goes up to the top 5. Now he's going to chase down Rusty Wallace. He's got a long way to go, though. He's got to set some pretty good laps as Mark Martin now sets his sights on Dale Jarrett. Jarrett with 2 wins on the season, one at Auto Club, or excuse me, one at Fontana, and the other at Richmond. Dustin Lewis from the inside of his cockpit. You can see he sees Bobby Labonte. He knows he can get up there to him, and you see him. He can come off the throttle, baby it kind of coming off the corner, but look at the speed he gets. I mean, you heard Barney Hall say it in the pre-race. You really don't want that car getting up into the red line at the end of the straightaway. It really hurts your momentum if you do, but he's barely there for not even really a second, so I don't know if it's going to hurt him too much. So we look back from Bobby Labonte. He is catching him, though. You can see him getting a little bit closer in the corner, going into the corner. Bottom of the body makes that time back up off the corner. 53 doesn't seem to be very strong on exit, but on entry, I mean, he can get the car turned in. He can hold it there. It's when it's coming off the corner, it seems like the car just does not want to hold it. It can't hold the momentum, can't hold the speed, so he has to kind of back off it a little bit more. But he is catching the 18. Little by little, he is catching him. And I wonder if this is going to be a battle for the lead here in just a couple more laps. I mean, they are in the same frame now. Going into turn 3. Bobby Labonte, the dominant car all season long. Dustin Lewis, the only rookie in the entire field of 43 cars to really win a race here in the 2000 season. Really flexing that muscle from that 53 car. They roll through the corner. He's a little bit closer. I think he had a little bit better lap than the 18, which this lap looks to be a lot better for the 53 here. Oh, he's really caught up to him now. He'll battle him out as we see Mark Martin trying to make a move on Dale Jarrett. He looked to the inside for just a little bit. He's going to get right up to him. I think he's going to try and make a move. He's going to get a little bit up under him here. Down the front straightaway, looks like Mark Martin's going to make the move here. He's going to make the move, going for the 6th position. Battle for 6th right here between the 88 and the 6. Off of corner number 2. Jarrett's got a better run. I think he's going to hold that position from Mark Martin. Oh, Mark thought about sending it in there, but that was not going to be a very smart move. So good job on Martin not making that move there. That could have taken them both out if he would have done that. So he's got to reset. He's got to do it all over again. Meanwhile, back up at the front, we said the 53 caught the 18. He did, and now they have to contend with lap traffic. Jeff Fuller in the 27 Viagra machine for Eagle River Racing. Car number 43 on track. And Bobby Labonte got by him with ease as Dustin Lewis was going to get by him, hopefully in turn 3, but he couldn't quite do it, so he has to get by him on the front straightaway. That eats a little bit of that time away. Bodine in the number 60 car. Both cars not having great runs at Daytona, and it seems like that trend is keeping up today. Labonte goes to the inside of the 60. He's going to make the move there. Oh, but Dustin's stuck on that outside. Really didn't have anywhere to go. He could have went to the bottom, but he would have been stuck behind the 18. He had no room to really go anywhere. And now he's got some room. He's going to go to the inside of the 60, going to get by him with ease. Great job by the 53, being patient, going through that lap traffic. It cost him a little bit of time, but by the looks of it, he has the car up under him to really catch the 18. He'll do it again if he has to. Rolling through 3 and 4. He gets that car on the outside, he cuts it back to the bottom, and that just really straightens him out for the straightaway. Bobby Labonte rolls into turn 1, easy as you like it. Hugs the bottom. You don't want to go on the flat part of the track, the very, very bottom. Even though that is inbounds, the car does not like to stick down there. It gets real flat, gets a little slick, and the car doesn't like it. It'll slide right up the racetrack, or worse, spin you around. So you see a lot of guys trying to avoid that part of the track as much as they can. Bobby Labonte continuing to lead. So far, he's led flag to flag. From lap 1 to now, he has not relinquished the lead once. As they're going to catch more lap traffic. Compton and Petty are the next cars in line for the lap. The 53 is catching him again. Little by little, their lap times aren't very similar. The 53 is quicker, and while we watch their battle play out live, Johnny Benson, we mentioned him earlier in the race, having a little bit of speed. Of course, we mentioned his sponsorship troubles, but now he is just outside the top 10, and he is looking to make his way into the top 10, trying to get by Elliott Sadler on that inside line. Fortunately, the inside line did not work for him there. You see Steve Park behind him trying to find a way through Benson. Ward Burton, of course, up there, currently running in the 12th position. To the inside goes the 10. That was a good head of steam coming off of 2. I think he will get Sadler here if he can just clear him coming off of 4. And I think he does. He does. If I'm a spotter, I'm saying clear, and he gets by him with ease. Great job by Johnny Benson getting by the 21. Now he's got to chase down Ward Burton. As we have now made it to the 33% mark. We're getting close to the halfway mark of this race. And now that the 2 leaders have caught more lap traffic, I wonder if we're going to see a shakeup for the lead here. Darrell Waltrip, Wally Dallenbach currently fighting for their position, but the 53 he's right on the 18. Through 3 and 4, the 75 trying to get by the 66 on the inside line. This is going to be a bit of a cluster going into turn 1. The 53 is there. Whoa! The 18 got into the 75 a little bit there. The 18 may have been a little bit impatient with Wally Dallenbach. I wonder if that's going to come back to bite the 18. I wonder if he'll have a tire rub or anything like that going into one of these corners. If that's the case, that's a costly mistake for the 18. Don't see any smoke or anything like that on the 18 as he goes to the inside of the 42 car, which usually would be Kenny Irwin Jr., but after his practice crash earlier this week, to which he is doing a lot better, he's currently still in the hospital undergoing a series of tests, but he should be back behind the wheel soon enough. Dan Pardis is filling in for him, and look at this. Michael Waltrip on the inside of the racetrack. What in the world could be happening to him? Started the race off really well, was running inside the top 20, and now, what in the world? We're going to have a pit report here coming soon because he is coming down pit road. I wonder if that might have something to do with the engine. I mean, he went from doing really well to, almost a dead stop on the back straightaway. That was insane. He makes it into his pit stall, and the hood is immediately up on that car, so it has to be something mechanical. Hopefully they can get it fixed and get him back out there, hopefully not lose too much more time. As the 18 and the 53 go by Scott Pruitt and are currently chasing down Brett Bodine and the rest of the field in front of them. 30 of 75 as they head off into turn 3. We'll have the pit report for the 7 car here in a moment, but we're going to take our first commercial break. Stay with us and stay tuned from New Hampshire. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to New Hampshire International Raceway for the ThatLook.com 300. We're currently rounding another set of laps here. And we have a battle for the lead. Dustin Lewis goes to the inside of Bobby's body in a gaggle of cars, but not really able to do anything as he went on the flat part of the racetrack. We said we can't really go down there. The car doesn't like it. It will try to spin around on you if you are not careful. But with a group of cars that they're in, you pretty much have to go anywhere the space is available. Unfortunately for the 53, that was the only thing he had available. And it's really hurt him as he goes back behind Dale Earnhardt Jr., a lap car. But he goes back up the inside, gets by Jr. Now he's going to have to work on Dave Blaney, but Bobby Labonte's stuck behind Ken Schrader and Kenny Wallace. He has nowhere to go. The leader's really having a hard time going through the lap traffic as they're all on top of one another, and they really can't do anything about it. They got to try and get by him, but, what are you going to do? 3 wide! Holy moly! Bobby Labonte made it 3 wide in the middle trying to get past this lap traffic, and unfortunately, fortunately, that worked out really well for him. He got by him, and now he's going to keep that momentum going as we ride along with Dustin Lewis trying to get by Kenny Wallace in the 55 car. He goes to the inside of him and goes to the inside of Chad Little, trying to stay with Bobby Labonte as he doesn't want to get him too far away. He goes to the inside of Jimmy Spencer in the 26 car. Great moves by both of the leaders to try and get by this traffic, and he touches Labonte. Give a little shot to Bobby Labonte, kind of almost like a, hey, you aren't leaving me, old man. I'm going to stay right here behind you. You're not losing me that easily. And here he goes. The bump, and now with a pass going to the inside of the 18, the 53. Oh, but the 18's just got so much momentum on that outside, but I don't know if he's going to really be able to carry it to the line. It will be the 53 that leads that lap. This is the first lap that Bobby Labonte has not led all race long. Is this a crack in the armor for the 18? Is the 53 smelling blood in the water here? Down the back straightaway, side by side, the 53 hangs on strong. He gets a good run coming off of 2. Can he clear him? Can he clear him? He does. Oh, it's going to be close as they come off the corner. 18 with the run, the 53 with the bottom. 53 has it hand over fist, clears him by a car length. Now he's going to have to try and run away with it. He goes to the outside, switches it over. The 18 trying to cross him over. Will it work? No, it won't. 53 is going to stay the leader. Whoa! And it looked like the 25 and the 53 got together. They did, and the 53's got to go sliding backwards. As the 18 is going to take the lead yet again. 53 is going to make a charge on him back. Woo! And he was not wanting to really get on him there. He kind of locked the brakes up a little bit. A heated battle between the leaders and lap traffic. As you see, Michael Waltrip, a bit of an engine issue before we went to that commercial break. The part of the engine was starting to knock, and eventually he lost one of the gears. And look at that! Nadu not taking too kindly to the 53, and they touched, but the 25 he got the worst end of it. He slides way further back. Now I'm having to worry about a right rear tire issue for the 53 because, I mean, the 25 hit that part of the car. I'd assume there'd be damage. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. The 53 doesn't look too phased by the contact. But resuming my thought on the 7 car, he was an engine issue, and they do have it fixed. So they're back out there, and they're trying to make up as much ground as they can. Hopefully walk away with a much better result than a DNF. As you see him see Labonte trying to get by Michael Waltrip and Joe Nemechek, and last week's runner-up, Ricky Rudd. Goes to show how much faster these leaders are compared to everyone else. Ricky Rudd, part of the inside the top 20 there, and they're lapping way slower than the leaders are. Oh, but look at this, Dustin to the inside, 3 wide. He took advantage of Labonte squabbling away with the traffic, and he's going to try and take the lead to the inside of Nemechek and Terry. He's going to take it and go right past Fuller. Dustin Lewis to the lead once again. Goes up to the outside. That's where his car has been really good all race long, is that outside, cutting it back to the bottom, and there it is. That's where you see that strength come into play. So much speed up there if you know how to execute it. And that 53 does know how to execute it just perfectly. Goes to the inside of Michael Waltrip, putting him another lap down. That 53 is a missile. Just no sense of any competition. Just wants to get up there, lead laps, and be gone from second place. And he is gone from second place. He's going to have to work past Jeff Bodine now. That's another car that's already a lap down, going another lap down. Slides to the inside of the 60. Now chasing down Robert Presley. and Warburton and Steve Park. These are cars inside the top 20 and almost on inside the top 15. Really goes to show just how far ahead these leaders are in relevance to the rest of the pack. You see Bobby Labonte now getting by Terry Labonte. He did get by Joe Nemechek. He did get by Jimmy Spencer. He got by all those guys, but it took him quite a bit of time, and that has really hurt the interval between him and Dustin Lewis. He gets a run on the inside, tries to get by Ricky Rudd. Meanwhile, Dustin Lewis. What in the world is happening here? It seems like the 7 will get by the 53, but the 53 makes the lane. He's going to stay in front of him. 53 squabbling away with lap traffic. Not what you really want as the leader. You want to get through this lap traffic as quickly and efficiently as possible. You don't want second place getting you. He's going to swing to the inside. No really anywhere to go there, so he's got to sit tight for just a second. Presley gets by the 22 of Warburton. That's for position. He's in the clear coming off the corner. And now Dustin Lewis has got to wait for a lane to open up, or will he not wait? He's got a good run. He's going to hold off. He's going to hold off. I don't really blame the 53 for holding off. They're side by side. You don't really have a lane choice there. So you have to kind of wait to see for a lane to open. You see the 18 now in the frame. He's catching him, and whoa! Dustin Lewis going right on the back bumper of Warburton. Almost pushed him into turn 3. I mean, I've heard of squabbling with lap traffic, but that just seemed a little unnecessary. He's going to swing to the inside of the 22. Gets on the brake, and whoa, Burton! Burton not appreciative of the contact from the 53. Nearly turned him into the wall. He did him, and they made contact with the wall, but that could have been way worse for the 53. Well, that 53 car is mad. He gets right on the back bumper of the 22. What are they doing? Warren Burton now a lap down the 53 in second place. We're going to waste time squabbling with that traffic. We're going to let the 18 get away. Oh, and he almost tries to wreck the 22. These two drivers really showing their displeasure for each other. 22 not appreciative of the contact going into 3, and the 53 not appreciative of the contact going into 1. And that has let Bobby Labonte take a hand-over-fist lead to the 53s. You see the 53 does get by the 22 now. But that was very amateurish from the 53. Not a great move at all, squabbling with lap traffic. Now Labonte's going to get by the 77 of Presley and maybe get by the 1 car. Now he doesn't really have it. Maybe he might try and get by him on the straightaway here. And that has really messed with the 53. He was leading laps and now he's in second. Not very smart racecraft from the 53, just messing with the lap traffic. You see he's now going to get by Robert Presley and maybe even try and get by the 1 of Steve Park, and he does get to the inside. He's going to dive off into 3, and we have trouble! Trouble in turn 3 and 4. Fuller and Blaney and Spencer into the wall. Yellow flag is out here at New Hampshire. The first yellow flag of the day. Oh no! Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to throw pit strategy into this now. Green flag pit stops were coming up in the next few laps, but I'm guessing now you kind of have a choice to make. Do you pit for 2 or do you go for 4 tires? You see the pace car now out on racetrack. Going to pick up the 18 as the leader. Goodness gracious. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't get the replay of that incident for you. Here we go with the instant replay. You see Fuller on the outside of Kenny Wallace. Rusty and Spencer. Well, that's 3 wide. Oh, yeah. I think I see what happened. Oh, and Blaney. There's an innocent bystander. Just had no really anywhere to go. He couldn't go to the bottom. Couldn't go to the outside. I mean, that whole lane was blocked. But I think I see the problem. The 6 and the 2 made contact, and that went right up into the 26 and the 27. And, oh, the 93 did get a little bit of help from the 26. Kind of angled him up towards the wall. That's going to bring out the yellow flag. as we got cars coming down pit road. All the lead lap cars making their pit stop. We're going to see exactly how this is going to play out. Looks like the 18 is going to take right side tires. And I think they're going to do all 4 tires. Yes, they're going to do all 4 tires. The 53 has done right sides, and they're doing some work on the right-hand side of the car from that contact with the 22. As you see the 18 win the race off pit road. Who is going to be the second car off of pit lane? It looks like the 53 is going to do that. He will be the second car off pit road. Tony Stewart will be the next one. And photo finish. I think Rusty may have got it over Mark Martin there. All those cars coming down pit road, getting their service and going back onto the racetrack. As now pit lane will be open for the lap down cars. You see everyone kind of getting filed back up as all the lap down cars will now make their pit stop. Pardus and Waltrip will stay out, so they'll be at the head of the field. And Sterling Marlin has elected to stay out. He kind of was in a really bad place when the yellow flag came out, because he did come down pit road, and that has royally screwed him, because now he is the last car on the lead lap, and he's going to start off the restart in the first position, but not on the scoring pylon, but the first car on the racetrack. So not a very good move for Sterling Marlin, just unfortunate bad timing for the 40 car, I should say, as all of our lap down cars now make their way off the pit road. You see Blaney and Fuller, the causes of that caution, the 26 of Spencer, getting some of that damage repaired. Kyle Petty being the last car off of pit road. And there you see the 40 car of Sterling Marlin. He is not the leader. He is the last car scored a lap down. So he is going to have to, well, pray and hope that the 18 and the 53 have some traffic to deal with, so he doesn't have to deal with them lapping him. Pardus and Waltrip go to the inside, and we have the 1 to go signal now. Lap cars will be on the inside, lead lap cars on the outside. Currently speaking, the 18 of Labonte is the leader. The 40 of Marlin is the last car on the lead lap. Like we were saying, the 40's got to have to hope that the 18 and the 53 squabbles that lap traffic so that 40 doesn't go a lap down. They roll through the back straightaway. Everyone's still getting sorted out on the back straightaway. You see the lead lap or the lap down cars. Got to get formed up here. Pace car lights are out, so he will be making the sharp left turn on the pit road this time. Bobby Labonte, your race leader. Dustin Lewis sitting in second. Tony Stewart in third. Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace, your top 5. As we come to take the green flag for the restart. There it is. Green flag is back out here at New Hampshire. Sterling Marlin. He's going to have to hope that the 18 doesn't try and get by him already. Gets the whole shot going into 1. He goes to the bottom. Pardus is going to hold the 18 on the outside line as they head onto the back straightaway. Dustin Lewis got a little lap traffic in front of him as the 18 clears all the traffic and is going to run away now. Now he has to chase down Sterling Marlin, put him a lap down, so he has some clean air. Dustin Lewis is going to try and slice his way through the lap traffic as we are coming up to the end of this race with only 17 laps to go. Off of corner number 2, Dustin right behind Dan Pardus in the 42. He's going to have to find a way by him. And he does. To the inside goes the 53. Now he chases down Bobby Labonte. Corner number 4. 16 laps to go. These laps are going to go by very fast, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't go anywhere from my seat. I really wouldn't. This is going to be a great finish here. It's setting up to be a great finish. 2 guys that have dominated all of this race are going to fight it out to the very end. Sterling Marlin doing a great job holding that 18 honest, not really giving him any opportunity to catch him as we ride along with Dustin Lewis on the inside of his cockpit. See him go to that outside, use the outside, straighten the wheel up as he comes off the corner, gets that great bit of momentum. Turning 9,500 RPMs as he reaches the end of the straightaway. Doing everything he can to maximize that momentum on the straightaways to try and catch the 18. He is in the draft of the 18 now. He's very close. He has a great entry in a turn one. He's there. He's there. He could maybe make a move in the next couple laps if he keeps that momentum up. If you look back from the 18 of Bobby Labonte down the back straightaway. Dustin goes to the outside again. That's his line. That's what he's been working with all race long. 18 had a good center. Down the front straightaway. 53 with a good bit of momentum into the corner again. To the outside once more. Cuts it down on the exit. That's the line that the 53 has been good with all race long. And they're about equal distant now. The 40, the 18, and the 53. 40's not in this race. He's fighting to stay on the lead lap, hoping for another yellow. Meanwhile, the 18 and the 53, they are hoping for any more yellows. They want to finish this race as is. Through 1 and 2. The 53 is there. He has caught the 18, and he is right on his back bumper as they went into 3. Rolling through turns 3 and 4. 18 on the throttle. Trying to stay ahead of the 53. The guy that we haven't talked about all race long. Don't want to take any action away from these leaders, but Jeff Burton, he has made his way up into the top 5, as you see on your ticker. Rusty Wallace in the 3rd, Mark Martin in the 4th. Through the center, Bobby Labonte, the dominant driver of 2000, the dominant driver of this race, trying his hardest to get by the 40 to put a car between him and the 53. Meanwhile, a little further back, look at the gaggle of cars that the rest of the pack are having to deal with. The top 2 are so far and away ahead as you ride along with Dale Earnhardt. These guys are dealing with the lap traffic. See him trying to get by Joe Nemechek in the 33 Oakwood Home Chevrolet. You see Burton up there. You see Martin. You see Rusty Wallace. They are all swaddling away trying to get through this lap traffic. Rusty is the only car right now that's not really dealing with any of it, but it is in his rearview mirror. He is going to have to deal with it at some point. Dustin Lewis still trying to run that outside line and try and get up to the 18. Tony Stewart slid backwards on this restart, went from 3rd to right now currently running 6th as this field flies past us. Going into turn 1. This just goes to show how fanned out this field actually is. Only a couple laps to go. The 53 is into the wall. Oh no! That's going to hurt him. That was a hard glick into the outside wall. That just goes to show how much that 53 is pushing to try and get by the 18. But with no lap traffic, I think the 53 is going to be on the struggle bus for this because he is trying so hard. He dives it into these corners so hard to try and get up to the 18's back bumper so he's not having to work so hard on the exits. And look at this. There's the move. There's the move to the inside from the 53, side by side for the lead. This is what the 40 wants to see. He wants to see these two guys squabble as they make contact going into 3. Side by side, the 53 and the 18. The 18 will lead that lap with only a couple laps to go from our helicopter cam. Side by side still, the 53 is trying to hold that inside. He just can't do it. The outside is where he's been so strong. He's going to stay with him. Side draft down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4. 18's going to have the lead a little bit. The 53's there. He's going to lead that lap. 5 to go. Well, this is good racing between these two, trying to win this race. The 53 trying to make it 2 in a row. The 18 trying to continue that domination this season. Down the back straightaway. The 18 and the 53, they touch again. 53 trying to give a shot at the 18. He might be trying to practice something here. Might be trying to bump the 18 out the way. Down the front straightaway. 4 laps to go. Will the 18 hold off the 53, or will the 53 perform an upset? He's going to have to slide back and really get that momentum back, because squabbling really killed it for him. Into turn 3. Coming to take the 3 to go mark. Sterling Marlin, not a factor. Sterling Marlin going to probably finish this race on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap. 3 to go. Dustin to the outside line yet again. They got to cut it down and make it real good coming off the corner. 18 of Bonnie down the back straightaway. Lap traffic in front of the 40. Will it play a factor? Rolls it through 3. Got to get a good exit off of 4. He's going to get a good exit off of 4. So did that 53. That 53 also got a pretty good exit. 2 to go. Does the 53 try a move? He tries to get it around that outside. He just couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Down the back straightaway. He's still there, though. He's still right in striking distance. To the back bumper of the 18. Oh, you heard it. A little bit of a lockup from the 53. Had to get on the brakes. Didn't want to make the move too early. Goes to the outside, cuts it down. That's what he's been good at all race long. Down the front straightaway. 1 lap to go. Right on the back bumper of Bobby Labonte. Trying to stay with him and maybe get his car a little upset, and I don't know if it's going to work. And oh, he hit the wall again! Down the back straightaway, half a lap to go. To the 3 and 4. No, he bumped him! He bumped him hard trying to get him to get loose. It did work, but the 53 lost so much momentum. It's not going to be enough. Bobby Labonte will come off a 4 and win in New Hampshire. Wow.
Great job, pit crew. Great job, spotter. Good job, buddy. We'll see you guys in victory lane.
Wow. What an electric last few laps. The 53 tried everything to get by Labonte, and it just did not work. Bobby Labonte will win the ThatLook.com 300. Dustin Lewis, unfortunately, will have to settle for a second place finish. Rusty Wallace will finish in 3rd. Tony Stewart bounces back to P4, and Jeff Burton will finish in the 5th position. Matt Kenseth, top 10 finish from starting 30th. What a race for him. Great job by that 17 car all race long to pick off that many positions. Fortunately for Michael Waltrip, he will have to finish in last. But it is the 18 all day long. Dominant performance by the 18. And now he will get the chance to burn it down from New Hampshire.